Good morning.
Good morning.
Maria is here for the summer. Some may recognize her last name. There's a guy by the name of Fenty-Denison over at IUP, who's the director of choral studies, and she knows him pretty well. But she teaches up at Youngstown State. She's on faculty there, but she's of course back for the summer, and we're going to have her do a little teaching in the Community Music School. She's a little bit more specialized in voice than some of our other instructors. It's a great opportunity for some people in this region for some voice lessons, and I'm going to let her tell you about those because I can't.
Well, our conversation this morning is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. What a build-up, huh, Maria?
I know. I'm a little intimidated. Thank you, Jeff. Todd, thanks for having me this morning.
It's my pleasure. So tell me about it. Jeff has built you up pretty good there.
I know. Okay, so my area, IUP voice faculty, they do an amazing job, and all areas of voice are not always comfortable for everybody, or within our experience as far as teaching the different styles of singing. So I kind of think of myself as a multidisciplinary singing teacher, and I'm also a singing rehabilitation specialist. And I work with people who are in transition. So, for example, if you are in gender transition and you're taking testosterone or estrogen, I work with those voices who are looking to find and discover what their new vocal possibilities are in singing.
Wow. And it sounds fascinating.
It's kind of fun.
It's a little bit of lab work, too, isn't it?
It is a little bit of lab work. My DMA is in voice pedagogy, and I helped develop a doctoral internship at the University of Miami in Coral Gables. So that allowed me some clinical time to work with the doctors on how you retrain a voice that has either been had vocal surgery, or it's also really useful for the aging voice. So sometimes we find that, oftentimes it's really just muscle tenacity and for respiration, and sometimes just like really good targeted breathing exercises, and then a reframing of how you support the voice for singing helps them just find the voice they think it was lost to them. And the maturing voice.
My voice has, down through the years, changed. I've noticed if I hear a recording of myself, because this is my 40th year doing radio. And if I hear voices or recordings of my voice from even 10 years ago, let alone 20 or 30, it's a lot different voice. And I always said that my dad had to smoke 2 packs of Camels a day for 60 years to get the voice that he had. And I don't smoke. So that exercise component of it and preservation component of it is really, really important. And so you're going to be helping people to do that?
Well, if people are interested in reclaiming a voice that they think is lost to them, that is one of my areas of specialization. At the university where I teach, I specialize in musical theater and healthy belt, which is like how musical theater singers sing in their mainly speech range with power, which is a completely different use of resonance, or the space that you make vowels in your mouth, than a classical singer per se. So it's just understanding that differentiation and understanding what the parameters are to be able to send your sound in a projected, healthy way on the stage.
And one of these days, she and I are going to have to schedule a special time together.
Special time.
Yeah.
She can tell me about Manny Patinkin and Patti LuPone.
They
fascinate me.
They are fascinating, aren't they?
They really are.
That latter, the one that she just spoke about, is so important because many times you hear high schools that are doing musicals like crazy. They're very popular, et cetera. and you've got some very young voices, and they're trying to create the sound that they hear when they've seen Broadway or on recordings, and they're really trying to do that, but they don't really know how to do it in a healthy way.
Sure.
And you can really damage your vocal folds if you're not doing it in a healthy way. And over here is a way to learn how to be very healthy about it.
Yeah, it's so important, and it's just we sometimes we sing by what our perception is of that sound, and so that sounds like it's yelling, sometimes screaming, and so young singers will just start singing, making sound from the throat without any of the other coordinated musculature in their whole body, because singing for projection is a holistic event. It involves movements and a series of relaxations, and if you're just yelling or screaming, you know what that feels like. The minute you've been screaming like at a stadium, at a game, then you're hoarse, and that's absolutely contraindicated to what we want to do.
So, yeah, you can literally bring it from your toes.
You can bring it from your toes. And, the great Italian singers who trained, like Garcia, who trained all of the early singers in the 19th and early 20th century, will tell you need to sing from your toes. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's all one voice. It's just how you shape the resonance. Like we're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
We're not projecting sound. We're using the technology that helps us be heard. And that's another facet of what I do is pop rock singing, how to achieve that successfully as a singer-songwriter, so that mic technique it's a critical partner.
From Caruso to AC/DC.
Yes.
With Maria.
That's right. Absolutely.
Jeff, she is part of what will be a very ambitious summer for community music.
We have a lot going on this summer. As always, we have summer lessons. Technically, today starts our 3-week break between the spring and the summer. Mm-hmm. This community music school never takes a break. Yeah, these 3 weeks that we're in right now, we use those for makeup lessons from the spring. We do early summer lessons. Sometimes those who were taking spring lessons used up all the lessons, and they'd like to do 3 more before they start the summer. Mm-hmm. Well, sure, I'm happy to invoice them, and we'll do 3 more lessons at this time. And then May 30th, we actually start our official summer session. But I also wanted to mention we've still got 2 more concerts coming up from the spring.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, May 13th, actually it's the group that Maria's husband, Craig-Denison, directs, the Indiana Community Choir. They're going to do a rather informal presentation, 3 o'clock, May 13th in Cogswell, room 121. That's the big room over there. Uh-huh. And we'd originally thought we were going to do a formal concert, but it kind of turned into an interesting thing that happens in the arts, where those who were participating found that they loved the entire process of just rehearsing and singing together. And that became the focus more than we've got to get this music learned for a concert. We've got to do a concert. No, they really became involved in that creative process and working together. So what they're going to do is meet at 3 o'clock on May 13th, and they're just going to sing through their program. And so we made it a free event. It's no longer a charge for admission. Anybody can show up. You can hang out. You can listen to as much as you'd like. You can ask some questions about the music. And afterwards, they're going to go to dinner, the whole choir, and you're welcome to go along with them. You're having a good time. Go hang out with the choir. It's going to be a fun time. So we've got that coming up. And on May 20th, the Crimson Youth Choir, they're going to be doing their spring performance. That's at 6 o'clock, May 20th in Grell Recital Hall. Mm-hmm. And that's the group that Kaywan Doyle directs, and she does a wonderful job with these kids. Right off the bat, in 2 or 3 weeks, she has them singing in 3- and 4-part harmony. They have a ball. Yeah. So this is going to be that's going to be a fun concert on the 20th. And then I should, of course, mention summer lessons kick off on May 30th, and we're going to do a summer band concert again. That's happening in the Grove on July 8th. Wow. So all people have to do is email the conductor, that little guy, good old Jason Worsbit, the little guy. He's going to shoot me for that one. At reedtip, REEDTIP, that's reedtip at IUP.edu, or they can email me. That's jwacker@iup.edu, and just say they'd like to participate. So pull out that instrument out of the closet. We're going to have a good time. Got 2 rehearsals, July 29th, and then again on June 6th. That's a Thursday, 7 to 9. And then the concert's at 7 o'clock, July 8th, in the Grove. It'll be grooving, but it'll be in the Grove, right in front of Fisher Auditorium. If it's going to rain, which we know it's not going to rain, it's going to be beautiful that day. We'll move it over into Gorell, but we know it's going to be absolutely lovely. If you'd like to play, then after you email, you'll get an email from Jason with a link to download the music, so you can practice the music as much as you would like, right up until we have those first 2 rehearsals, 2 quick rehearsals. Boom, concert on July 8th, and we're just rolling along. That's a mouthful.
There's a lot going on.
There's a whole lot going on.
And that's a wonderful thing. We probably need to get you back in to talk a little bit more about it here, because we didn't really get very far down the road when it comes to people who want to get lessons in this instrument, that instrument, or vocal. And we could do that again.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful.
You bet.
And I guess that first concert that you were talking about, the one over at
May 13th. Yep.
Yeah, that's sort of like dinner and a show.
It is a little bit.
And dinner.
You get a little bit of a fun show, and then you go grab a little bite of dinner with them if you'd like.
Yeah.
Hang out with the choir.
You know where they don't do that? Youngstown State.
They don't.
Got to catch up there.
Yeah.
Once she sees how this works, she'll be.
Yeah. You know what I love is how that performative aspect isn't part of the pressure of that.
Yeah.
Some people just love to sing. They don't necessarily want to get on stage, but they want to sing, and they want that community. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that for this community, because it's such a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, really is. Well, wonderful. Maria, good to meet you.
You too.
And Jeff, good to see you.
Yep, here we are again.
Indeed.
Getting ready to go.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Fox News is next at the top of the hour, just a minute away from now. And then it's Josh Widdison in our WCCS newsroom.